Welcome, everybody.
Like, what the hell is going on? And all these players, like Liverpool was an absolute. Let's not get crazy. Here we go. 3-team teaser. All eight. They just don't give a shit. Yeah. So.
Welcome back to another football prediction with me and Teacher Mark. It's not Premier League, it's now FA Cups.
Cup.
Third round, round 3.
Happy 2024.
Happy New Year, guys.
First video of the new year. Happy New Year, everybody out there. I'm excited to be back. Sadly, we didn't make there was a couple of weeks we missed in the Premier League with the busy time of year in Thailand, around the world. But I can say we did make some money.
We did.
And hopefully we can get some more this week, FA Cup. So there's so many games going on, it's impossible to cover all of them. So what we're going to do is kind of talk about what we like, maybe some shocks that could happen, and where we're going to try to win some money at.
There we go.
So let's just start off. What do you like? What are some things that you're kind of looking forward to and are interested in this weekend?
Let's start off with the hottest fixtures that could even be in Saturday. It's Sunderland against Newcastle.
I mean, we were just talking about this game with what's going on at Sunderland. I still can't get my head around how the owners messed that up so badly. I saw the suite and the bar. They look totally awesome. Sadly, they're in the wrong stadium.
Wrong stadium, baby.
I mean, for Sunderland, yeah, that's ugly. But what do you think about the game?
Well, the odds will the Newcastle is probably going to be the favorites to win this game.
Correct.
But here's the thing: this is the FA Cup.
Right.
This is not the Premier League. Maybe he might have the manager might have rested some of the main players.
Yeah.
Maybe he could start some substitute players. Eddie Hall's gonna use the substitute players, and Sunderland. This is their game to focus on.
So you thinking Sunderland can shock some people and win this one?
And it's at the Stadium of Light.
It is at the Stadium of Light. I know. I think I get what you're saying about resting players, but I just think this is such a big game for the supporters, for the club, that Newcastle can't rest anybody. But they have injuries,
That's the deal.
Even playing their first 11, they're still vulnerable. Against Liverpool the other night, they didn't look very good. But what's strange is at 1 hour, at 60 minutes played in that game, it was 1-1. That game, even though Liverpool were dominating, that game was 1-1 with half an hour to play. Newcastle were right in there. Even at 3-2 late on, Newcastle were still in that game. This one's a tough one for me to call. I do have to back Newcastle in it, though.
You're backing Newcastle?
I'm backing Newcastle.
What?
Yeah, I know it's at Sunderland. I know there's magic of the FA Cup, but Newcastle's going to be highly motivated for this game, just like Sunderland is. It could be a draw. It could be a draw in a replay. I could see that, but I don't think Newcastle's going to lose this game. They've got too much pride.
Well, I think Sunderland has some motivation in this game because they do not want to do a replay.
I know it.
At the St. James.
I know.
Park.
Replays are a killer. Both teams are going to go for it in this game.
But you're going with the brains. I'm going with my heart.
Going with your heart. I'm going to go for a Newcastle win in this game. I am. Possibly a draw in a replay, but I'm going to back Newcastle 2-1.
I'm going for Sunderland to win 2-1.
Wow.
Slight opposite.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm looking forward to it.
But Sunderland.
If Sunderland hits on this, it would be a great start to the
Which
weekend.
they will.
I'm probably not going to put any money on this game. It's just too risky, but I'm really looking forward to it. So, anything else that's kind of caught your eye that you're excited about, that you're looking forward to?
Hull City and Birmingham City.
Hull City. All right. So, again, Birmingham City, like Sunderland this week, has had a really bad week.
Terrible week.
Rooney sacked after 15 games. When he came in, they were in the playoff promotion spots. When he's been sacked, they're 20th, flirting with relegation. I gotta go for Hull City winning this game.
Well, even though I like if you guys know, Wayne Rooney is my absolute hero, but he just got sacked. Now I'm just going to back Hull City and said to Birmingham that this is why you don't sack Rooney this soon. Because why would you sack him? Because now they have no coaches at all. They're just gonna be only the players and the staff coaches. So Hull City are winning this game.
Birmingham City look rudderless right now. They're managerless. Training is not going to be a lot of time to prepare for this game.
I'm going for 3-1 Hull City.
3-1. 3-1's a good shot. Let's do 3-1 Hull City.
All
I like
right.
3-1 Hull City in this game.
Perfect.
If there's some that I'm looking there's always going to be some shocks in this round of the FA Cup.
Okay.
There's always going to be some. If I had to throw one out there that I think could happen, a shock, Queen's Park Rangers playing at home with Bournemouth.
No way.
Bournemouth are flying right now, absolutely flying. But this is the type of game. You were talking about Newcastle resting players.
I know, but
I absolutely know for a fact that Bournemouth are going to be resting players in this game. I know for a fact they are. Like, Bournemouth are doing great in the Premier League. They're really focused on having a nice Premier League season, which they are. They have zero interest, in my opinion, in an FA Cup run. I just don't see Bournemouth saying, you know what, we're doing good in the Premier League, let's go for it in the FA Cup. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're resting players. I think Queen's Park Rangers could win this game.
You think QPR is going to win?
I'm going to go for a QPR win. That's my upset pick. QPR over Bournemouth. Upset pick.
Oh my God.
QPR over Bournemouth.
I'm sorry, but I couldn't see that literally happening at all. No, there's absolutely no chance.
Don't see it. Like, this is, I'm not going to put this game into any teaser at all because that's just too risky. It could blow up a teaser. But for an individual side bet, if you want to get a little bit of action on Queen's Park Rangers, I think it's a smart play.
Smart play.
Yep. And I'm going to do it.
You know what? Talking about upset.
What do you think?
Talking about upset.
Yep.
This game could be a draw.
Okay.
I'm going to say, all right, what scores are we going for in this game?
For QPR.
QPR.
I'm going to go for a QPR 1-0 win over Bournemouth.
1-0 win over Bournemouth.
1-0 win over Bournemouth.
All right, if you think it's going to be an upset, I'm sorry. I'm going for Bournemouth to win. Solanke's going to score 2-1.
Solanke ain't playing.
What do you mean Solanke ain't playing?
Solanke, that's one guy I'm telling you ain't playing in this game. If Solanke played, it would be him coming out as a substitute the last 10 minutes.
Okay.
Maybe. There's no way that Dominic Solanke is going to be playing in this game for us. No way at all.
Okay.
So if he does hit 2 goals, they're going to be late. They're going to be late.
But I'm going for Bournemouth.
Bournemouth, yeah. I mean, Bournemouth lost to Spurs the other night, but they actually played okay in that game. They had a couple of disallowed goals from VAR. Spurs won the game 3-1, but that was not a 3-1 game. Bournemouth actually played pretty well in it. But let's see what happens in FA Cup. Anything else that kind of stands out, jumps out at you as a shock?
Hear me out.
Okay, what do you got?
If you guys been watching our videos, you guys will always see that I always back my captain, fantastic Vincent Kompany, the manager of Burnley Football Club.
Yep.
And now they're playing against Tottenham Hotspur.
So what do you think?
This game's gonna be an upset.
I was actually thinking about this one as well. In terms of motivation and what Spurs are going to do, I don't know. And Son's gone.
He ain't playing this game.
Yeah, he's off to Qatar now. So that's going to make a big difference. James Maddison's still out. Putting some money on Burnley's not a bad shout at all.
James Trafford is going to show some class in this game, and you will see Vincent Kompany masterclass in this game. James Trafford's going to be on fire, and Jay Rodriguez is going to score.
Jay Rodriguez scoring, I could see that. I'm going to go, man.
I'm going for Burnley to win. 1-0.
I think a double chance on Burnley, getting a replay is a great pick. I'm going to go, 1-0?
Yeah, I'm going for 1-0 Burnley.
Oh, I can't see 1-0. I would see maybe 3-2 Burnley. Both these teams actually like to attack. There's going to be some goals in this game, but man, I'm going to say double chance Burnley. Double chance Burnley. The odds won't be quite as good, of course, but I think double chance on Burnley.
I think it could be good. Your double chance on Burnley.
I think double chance on Burnley is a really, really smart bet. I would not be surprised in the least to see this game go to a replay. So I'm thinking like you. Burnley have a very good chance against Spurs in this game.
This is it, Vincent Kompany.
All right.
Proud.
Few other ones. How about a championship game? Millwall at home with Leicester City. A couple weeks ago, Leicester City beat them in the championship over the December period. It was a fairly tight game actually. Millwall at home, Leicester City flying in the championship. I've got to go for a Leicester City win.
So you're thinking this game, no one's going to stop Leicester City?
In the cup you never know. Millwall gets behind their team. They're always tough at home at the Den. I think Leicester City are going to get them though.
What are you going for in this game? What are you going
2-1 Leicester City.
2-1 Leicester City.
2-1 Leicester City, yeah.
Well, the last time they met was tight. If you think Leicester City is going to win, I'm going for a 1-0 Leicester City. Just nicked it.
1-0, okay.
Just nicked it.
I could see that as well. It's going to be a tough game, but both you and I think Leicester City are going to win a tight game.
They might even be resting some players.
Okay. I absolutely agree with that. A lot of clubs, especially clubs doing well in the Premier League and doing well in the Championship, are going to be resting guys this weekend. Anything else that's kind of jumping out to you that you kind of say, listen, I've got to get some money in here. This is one thing that I really, really like.
You want a guaranteed team? I'll give you something. I'll give you some
Okay.
guarantees. On the Saturday games, we'll have more on Sunday.
Yep.
But if you want to 100% guaranteed, it's AFC Wimbledon against Ipswich Town.
Okay. Ipswich Town are having a really good season.
Ipswich is 100% going to win. I mean, they destroy, what is it, Leeds United?
Lead, yeah.
3-0.
Yeah, I would agree. That I would think Ipswich Town is a very good shout as well. If you want to put money on Ipswich and any kind of tease or individual bet, I totally agree.
This one's definitely going to hit.
Yeah, this could be a 2. I'm going to say 2-0 Ipswich.
2-0 Ipswich.
Yeah, 2-0.
Completely agree.
Yep. So I like that pick a lot. Brentford and Wolves. They just played a couple weeks ago in the Premier League. Wolves
they
hammered
destroyed
them. That game was at Brentford. This game is also at Brentford. Wolves coming off of a really, really good festive period. They're in top form right now. Brentford are struggling big time.
Big time.
I got to go for a Wolves win.
You're going to go for Wolves to win.
Yeah. I think Wolves are going to win this one.
You think Wolves going to win this one? Don't you think that they're resting some players to perform in the Premier League?
Yeah, but I don't think Brentford's going to go for it either.
Okay. You know what?
2-1 Wolves.
I think this could be an upset.
Upset.
Yep.
Brentford.
Brentford might go to
Get
win.
back on track.
Back on track. Maybe
okay.
they're going to hit the G spot at the G10.
G spot of the G tech. And you can quote it. All right, that game, but I'm not gonna put any money on that one. It's tricky to call, but I would go for Wolves. I do like for okay. One other one that I do want to talk about on for a Saturday game, kind of an upset pick. I could absolutely see Gillingham beating Sheffield United. That one I could see. If you were talking for one Premier League team to lose, Gillingham at home against Sheffield United, that game I'm probably going to put some money on. I could see an upset in that one.
An upset?
Gillingham.
Gillingham's going to win.
Oh, I think so, yeah.
What do you think the score's going to be?
2-0. 2-0.
Against Sheffield?
Yep, against Premier League side
God.
Sheffield. Yeah, that's one I could see. So I'm kind of thinking Queen's Park Rangers, Gillingham. Those could be your Premier League upsets on Saturday.
Tottenham as well.
Tottenham as well. That's another Premier League team that could be going down. How about Brighton? Brighton, I believe, are playing Stoke City.
This one's easy.
Yeah, I have to go for a Brighton win in this one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can't, this one could be, away at Stoke, it could be tricky, but I don't think so. I think this is a Brighton
Ain't
win.
happening, Brighton.
Ain't happening in Stoke City, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm going for Brighton as well.
4-0?
No.
No?
2-0. 2-0. 2-0. Just 2-0, man. 2-0.
Just 2. Okay.
Getting to some, I guess, a few other games. I'll give you one on Sunday I do like. I'm going to get some money on. I absolutely like Wrexham over Shrewsbury Town. That one I'm having my money at. It's a Sunday game.
Wales against England.
Yeah, I'm going for Wrexham to beat Shrewsbury Town in that game. I'm putting some money on it, and I'm going to probably put in some teaser as well.
Teasers.
Yeah, I feel very good about Wrexham.
Man, I've got lots of interest on Sunday's match.
Sunday matches are interesting. I mean, Villa are playing away to Borough. This is a interesting game. I've got to go for a Villa win. I actually think Borough could be resting players in this game because they're going to have one eye on the big Carabao Cup semi-final with Chelsea coming up. I'm going for a Villa win.
You go for Villa to win?
Villa over Borough, absolutely.
Don't you think that Unai Emery's going to rest some players?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter?
Borough's resting players as well.
Okay.
Middlesbrough are going to be focusing on that big Chelsea game coming up.
So you think Villa's going to win?
I'm going for a Villa win over Middlesbrough. Yeah, definitely. That one, I could be a tight game. I'll say 2-1 Villa.
Well, I could agree with you because Middlesbrough ain't performing that well in the Championship. I'm going for Villa to win as well, 3-0 Villa.
3-0 Villa, yeah. Both you and I agree on that. West Ham at home with Bristol City. That's got to be a West Ham win.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
At London Stadium.
Nottingham Forest at home with Blackpool. Man, Blackpool have a history of some. Blackpool, man. I've got to go for a Forest win, but this could be a draw. I'm not going to touch this game. This could be a draw replay easily.
A replay?
It could be. I could see Blackpool getting something from this game with Nottingham Forest. Forest are going to be resting guys for sure. They're not going to have a full team out there. So this one is one to stay away from.
Well, then one of the games I really want to talk about.
Yeah.
It's Luton Towns against the Bolton Wanderers.
I mean, in years gone by, man, Bolton, I remember for years and years they were a top Premier League side. They have really fallen on hard times. Luton Town win.
Absolutely.
Luton
They're
Town.
playing at home as well at the Kenilworth Road.
I know.
I mean, they almost nicked a draw against Chelsea.
This could be a 2-0. I think this could be comfortable for Luton Town. 2-0.
Comfortable for Luton
2-0,
Town.
yeah.
Because
3-0 maybe.
Could be even 4.
I can't see Bolton getting anything out of this game. Which is like, I can't believe I'm saying that. Like, I mean, I'm in my early 40s now. Like, time goes by, but I remember that era where, like, man, Bolton, God, they were so strong for so long, but they completely capsized this last decade. Luton Town are going to beat them.
I'm going for the critic scores 3-0.
3-0, yeah, that's not a bad pick. Man City at home with Huddersfield Town. Obviously, this is an easy win for City.
6-0.
I have more respect for Huddersfield Town than that. I mean, Huddersfield Town were in the Premier League just a few years ago, but yeah, it could be a 4-0. 4-0.
I'm going for 6-0.
6-0. Let's get to a couple other games we just got to talk about. Obviously, one of the picks of the bunch this weekend.
Here we go.
Liverpool away to Arsenal. What do you think about this?
Before we even say anything,
Yeah.
I'm just going to back Liverpool in this game.
You are.
I am.
No, okay.
Like, I don't care if it's at the Emirates Stadium.
Yeah.
But Liverpool's definitely want to get something in this game because the last time they've met,
Yep.
they could have won it.
Oh, I know it.
But they
Yeah, it was a 1-1 draw.
I'm going for Trent redemption in this game. He will score
Trent redemption.
from a long range.
Okay.
And Liverpool's going to win 2-1.
2-1.
With Trent, the hero.
This is a tough one to pick.
No, they're tough. Come on. You just...
Well, here's the thing. There's no Salah and there's no Endo, who are like the key players for Liverpool. So those guys are gone. One's in Qatar and one is in Ivory Coast.
Oh, yeah, Ivory Coast.
Yeah, so those guys are out. Arsenal, I have a feeling Arsenal's going to really go for this game. We were talking about teams resting players. I actually think this is the opposite. I think Arsenal are going to have a right go at this. I think Arsenal might play their standard Premier League 11 in this game. I really do. I know this for them, they want to get their season back on track. Lost to West Ham, lost to Fulham, and they could use this game as a launching pad to get back on track. Liverpool are going to be undermanned in this game, and I don't know how much focus Liverpool are going to have. Again, they have a key game with Fulham coming up midweek, Carabao Cup semi-final. You know, Liverpool kind of got to balance their schedule in this one. I am going to go for an Arsenal win in this game.
You go for Arsenal?
I am, yeah, reluctantly. Liverpool, I like what they're doing a lot. I like their season, but I mean, Liverpool are going to be deep in the Europa League. They're going to be going for the Premier League title. They still got the Carabao Cup. They're going to have like lots of stuff going on. Like an FA Cup run for them is just, I just don't see it like working out for them this season. It would be really, really risky. So Liverpool, definitely they're going to have a go in this game. But if they lose it, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for them. I'm going to say 2-1 Arsenal, the opposite.
2-1 Arsenal, the opposite.
It could be a replay because I have respect for Liverpool and their team and their season. It could be a replay, but I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal.
Actually, replay is a good shot.
Yeah, I'm going to avoid this game, though. I think it's just too tricky. I have respect for both clubs, but based upon what I just explained to our viewers, I'm going to go for an Arsenal win. Sticking with Liverpool?
Sticking with Liverpool.
Well done. And I guess just to close out the FA Cup, we do got to talk about that well, whatever you want to call it, going on at Old Trafford right now with Man United playing away to Wigan Athletic. Wigan Athletic, like as bad as Man United are right now, and they are bad, Wigan Athletic are just in crisis mode. For the past like 5 seasons, like their story, like we mentioned on Stoke City, we mentioned on Bolton Wanderers, you can throw Wigan Athletic into that group as well. Like for years and years, they were an established club. They have hit hard times. They're playing at home. They're going to be up for this game, but surely this is a Man U win.
A Man U win?
Man U win.
I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting you to say that.
I mean, Man U they're a dumpster fire right now, but they have enough to see off Wigan Athletic, who, man, in years gone by, they just a decade ago, they famously won the FA Cup over Manchester City. You know, they were in the Premier League for years and years, but that's ages ago. That's a bygone era. Man U, I'm going to say Man U, God, 3-0. I think they're going to get back on track in this game. Well, not back on track, but they're going to have a good night.
Nope.
No. You think more difficulties for Ten Hag?
He's going to be gone.
Gone.
Because there have been some rumors of Graham Potter's becoming.
I know, there's rumors of Graham Potter. I know it.
This game's Wigan Athletic 2, Manchester United What?
If that happens, Ten Hag's gone.
Okay.
Like full stop. Like he cannot survive that. And furthermore, it would be the perfect time to sack him because they have now that new Premier League winter break coming up.
Okay, yeah.
And so there would be time for Manchester United to get a new manager in and kind of settle him in. So if Man U lose to Wigan Athletic, Erik Ten Hag will be sacked. Book it. Like I'm telling you that. Clip it. Yeah.
Clip it.
But I don't think that's going to happen. Man U will have enough. They'll have enough. Even if Man U were playing like a mid-table championship team, for example, if this was Man U against Blackpool, or if this was Man U against Blackburn, something like that, I actually would really, really fancy them. But because it's Wigan and Wigan are really struggling right now as well, man.
But it's at Wigan.
I know it is. Wigan have a history, you know. They
This is going to be another one.
God, let's see. It would be very interesting if that happened.
You heard it here.
But I mean, like we said, we can't cover all the games. But just to recap, some things I really, really like. Wrexham, I like. I think QPR is a good shout. I think Gillingham is a good shout. Villa over Borough, I like that one. I am going to go with Newcastle reluctantly. Burnley, I like a lot. Double chance on Burnley. Maybe even a win if you want to go for it. I think is nice. But let's win some money. What are you thinking? Anything you want to finish up with?
I've got some 5-team teaser.
Okay, lay it on me.
You might even want to put this in the slip.
5-team teaser in the FA Cup is unheard of, but go for it.
But this is
But go for it.
All right, just hear me out, okay?
Yep.
Brighton and Hove Albion to win over Stoke City.
I like that one a lot. Yeah, Brighton is a good shout.
Leicester City to win over Millwall.
I like that one. Although that one is a little bit tight for me, I like Leicester City as well.
Ipswich Town over Wimbledon.
Absolutely. I like it.
Hull City over Birmingham.
Yeah, that one we talked about a little bit earlier. I totally agree.
Last but not least, just to put the cherries on top.
Yep.
Double chance on Sunderland.
Okay, there we go. Double chance on Sunderland's a good shot. Because I can't. It's too risky to go for a Sunderland win. It just is. But
I know.
double chance is a good shot. I like that teaser.
What do you think?
We talked about those games, and I really like where you're going with that. I do slightly still have to go with Newcastle, but I still like where you're going with this. Ipswich Town, absolutely. Brighton, absolutely. Just want to take one last look if there's anything we want to cover real quick.
Take a look.
Blackburn, I like Blackburn over Cambridge. That one will happen. Maidstone, by the way, Maidstone, non-league. They're the lowest team in the FA Cup. They have a home match with Stevenage. That would be a dream if Maidstone could win that game. But that's could be a bridge too far. But
Okay.
I would love it. I would love to see it. Fulham, Rotherham United. Fulham should win that game. That should cover it pretty well. Watford and Chesterfield. That could be a draw. Chesterfield could get a replay.
A draw?
That could be a shock. Although Watford's doing pretty well in the championship this season, but look out for that one. If you want to take a real risk, maybe a double chance on Chesterfield. Why not?
Okay, you heard it.
Why not? You know, then maybe throw a tenner on that, maybe, and let's see what happens. But anyway, looking forward to all the games.
I think that's going to round it out.
That's going to wrap it up.
The FA Cup.
Let's win some money, and we'll be back next week. We'll get the Premier League back next week. We'll be talking about it. Place your bets.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the game. Place your bets. Adios.